Porsche road and racing cars became even closer during 1975 with the arrival of the 934. The company were concentrating on the new silhouette class of international sports car racing, and the 934 was essentially a 930 or Turbo Carrera for the track. It was actually little more than an interim model in Porsche's racing plans and led directly to this car, the mighty 935.
The 935 was a hugely successful car that we basically spent from 1977 through the mid-80s with that car being a overall race-winning car.
The car first appeared in American racing in 1978 after taking world championships in both of the two previous years. During those years, the 934 had dominated American sports car racing, and the 935 took up where its predecessor left off. For example, there were 6 consecutive wins in the Daytona 24 Hours from 1978 to 1983. And this was despite the fact that for the last 2 years of that string of victories, the bankings of the Florida Speed Bowl had welcomed back prototype racers capable of 220 miles an hour. The IMSA Camel GT series in the United States of America was the world's most important sports car series in the late 70s and early 80s. Only the Le Mans 24 Hours race matched its appeal in Europe. For more than 3 full seasons, the 600 horsepower 935 was the unbeatable king of the IMSA series. It was finally toppled from its throne in the 4th race of 1981 after wins in the Daytona 24 Hours, Sebring 12 Hours and at Riverside Raceway in California. The car that first vanquished the 935 was the Lola Chevrolet prototype driven by Brian Redman. This was the first time that ground effects aerodynamics had been seen in American racing, and the results were immediately obvious. The Lola blew away the hitherto invincible 935s and began a new chapter in sports car racing history. Not that the 935 was totally finished, however. Porsche took the manufacturer's championship in the Camel GT series by sheer weight of numbers, even though Redman in the Lola Chevrolet topped the drivers' standings. For another 2 years, various highly developed versions of the 935 carried the flag against the prototypes and carried it well. This is the view from Brian Redman's Lola prototype at the Mo Sport Park in Canada, and as you can see, it wasn't that easy to edge the 935s out of the top spots. Fast forward now for a return to the 21st century and a ride with 935 driver Ken Gold in a Porsche 935 K3. The K suffix indicates that it is one of the special 935s built by the Kramer brothers. It was a Kramer car with which the 935 enjoyed perhaps its finest hour. At Le Mans in 1979, a Kramer K3, driven by Klaus Ludwig and the Whittington brothers, Don and Bill, outlasted all of the prototypes and beat the rest of the field to take outright victory in the French Classic. Second was another 935, driven by Rolf Stommelen, Dick Barber and Hollywood superstar Paul Newman. With successes such as this, it was no surprise to see Porsche television advertising of that period focusing totally on the company's racing heritage.
At Porsche, we don't let you buy a car unless we've test-driven it first.